the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
No gain on the play. And it brings up third down.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. He's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on fourth down. On fourth down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. But he'll get this away into the icy winter air. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Steelers will go on offense here, first and 10. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Now movement already, so a flag down here on our very first play. And that'll set them back 5. They'll run it with Jones. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
On second down, it's Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a second and 1.
44-yard line.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with second and a yard. Jones. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at the Browns' 36. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Check, 59, 59. Hey, let's get this. Deep.
Now Tannehill. And he rifles one incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Let's go. Mike 59. Yo, check left. Let's go, D. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
Here's Tannehill. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 22-yard line. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. They'll run on first down. Jones. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the Browns.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12.
59's Mike. Check, 59. There you go. Mike 59.
Here's Tannehill. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays.
Watch the screen. Watch it. Check, 59. Come to
Operating from the gun, Chavez. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
First goal at the 9-yard line.
So 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Now Jones. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Ball carrier.
So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Jones. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Aaron Jones. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. On for the extra point, Giorgio Tavecchio. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game.
Giorgio Tavecchio set to kick off.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
5-yard line. The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Herbert. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. He's going to air one out. And he fires one that's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Robert Quinn.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 at the 47-yard line.
Back to throw. Chavez. Flush to his right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. From the gun, Chavez throwing deep for Galladay. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This will be fielded at the 17. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a 1st down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
2nd and 6.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll run. It's Sanders. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
The play. And it's 3rd down.
Out of the gun. Herbert. Got him in. He finds Sanders. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down. 6-0 our score after 1.
With the score, Steelers 6, Browns nothing.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the counter now with Sanders. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
The ball carrier.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. That catch good for only a couple.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Herbert's pass.
5-yard touchdown. And the Browns can grab the lead if they hit the extra point. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Now Steven Gostkowski on for the extra point. He's got it, and they take the lead at 7-6.
Makes the score Browns 7, Steelers 6.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well.
else. And now off to the races, down the right side, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Aaron Jones, 78 yards. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. And now the Steeler offense staying out there, and they'll go for 2. They're going to run for it with Jones. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the two-point conversion for good measure. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. Taken in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up first and 10. First down carry by Sanders, well defensed as they'll hold him to just a couple. Second down coming up.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Here's Herbert now on second down. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And the Browns first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. They'll run with Sanders. He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite an excellent display of footwork. Byron Jones in there to make the tackle.
At the 39-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6. Pushes him over. Open man is Kmet, the tight end.
Herbert's pass.
That catch good for 5. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. Now a dump off here complete. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Operating from the gun. Herbert. Left side caught by Diggs. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Give him 32 on the play.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Herbert operating from the red zone. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown.
Number 14.
Stephon Diggs with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that's set.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Whip. Watch the whip. Check 99. Check 99. Check nickel. 36.
Now Jones. He's got room to run past the 20. And he's going to get this all the way up to the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11 now.
The 29-yard line.
From the gun, Chavez. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Brings up 3rd down and the 11.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. You get me. You get me. Shoot.
Operating from the gun, Chavez. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They go back to the ground with Jones. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 31 yards there to 1st down.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a 1st down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
Check 59. Mike, check 59.
From the gun, Chavez. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
59.
Now Chavez to throw. Throwing on 3rd and long. The Browns D locked in on 3rd down. Brings up 4th.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs. Able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
The kick by Tavecchio is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. Well, the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
I don't want to seem absurd, but that boy's a gangster. Focusing on me, way from Tel Aviv. Barbados with the hustle, pockets LIDs. Distinctive destinations, all I want to see. Oceanfront residences, 3 different ones a week. Cause I deserve that.
The Browns drive about to get started. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal.
And that's caught inside the 30. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
3 yards. And the Browns first down.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Herbert, he's going to take a shot for the end zone. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
56.
To throw again. Herbert going to throw deep for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. Herbert. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Jerick McKinnon now to return. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Chavez. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Try and push the pile. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Just enough to get the first down there with a 1-yard pickup. A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up first and 10. Now the toss to Jones, running right. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Aaron Jones.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's second and 3.
You can't block me. You can't. Check. 59. Watch the run. Mike 5'9". Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hopkins. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
First down. It's Jones. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the third quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just got to find a way to tackle someone.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Just on the tackle. 10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches at the 12-yard line.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
They run the counter. McKinnon. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A 5-yard gain there makes it first and goal.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
To second and goal at the 7.
They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal.
Watch a slap. Watch a slap. Watch a slap.
And this is going to be intercepted. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. Going deep for Diggs. He rifles one that's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Jeff Okudah up from his quarterback spot to make the play.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot. They've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Watch the pass. Mike 5-9. Let's go. 59 Mike.
Chavez now to throw on second down. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. First down marker at the 31. It's third down.
Check 59. Mike is check. Check. Out.
Looking to throw. Chavez. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
4-yard attempt.
Vecchio puts this one through, and the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
56 Mike.
From the gun, Herbert. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move.
A 5-yard pickup.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Herbert. And this is going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fielded at the 33. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
59 mark, 59 mark, check, 59.
Back to throw. Chavez going deep for Hopkins. And that's going to be incomplete.
Chavez.
Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Chavez. The throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
On 2nd down, here's Herbert. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
Herbert's pass.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
It's a game.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 3rd down, Herbert. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. From the gun, Herbert. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Miles Sanders with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Browns have retaken the lead.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set. In racing, going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. And the kick here, no good. But a penalty flag is down. Looks like he got run into. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
Extra point try for Gostkowski. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Makes the score Browns 24, Steelers 20.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
24-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 22-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
59 mark, check, 59.
Back to throw. Chavez. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up. Mike, check, 59.
Now Chavez throwing on 3rd and long. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off around the 27. And they... have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
At the 24-yard line.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Now left side on the swing pass. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown.
Caught by number 11.
From 4 yards out. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And that one pushes the lead up to 11.
Makes the score Browns 31, Steelers 20.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
22-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Chavez going deep for... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. DeAndre Hopkins, 78 yards. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again. Well, with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up because I'm not the head coach, okay? So he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over.
So a big play now as the Steelers will go for 2. Oh, look at this. They're not even going to get the 2-point play off. Maybe too much indecision. It's going to cost them 5 yards.
This certainly feels like they were wanting to go for 2, but weren't really sure they should go for 2. Do we, don't we, do we, don't we? And guess what ends up happening?
5-yard penalty.
That's right. Now you probably line up and kick the extra point.
So now they'll try it again as they line up to go for 2. They're going to run for it with Jones. And he will get into the end zone as a 2-point conversion is successful. And the lead is down to a field goal here in the 4th.
Giorgio Tavecchio set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this out to the 25.
Take over 1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Herbert has it knocked free, but I think a Brown was able to recover, and they'll indeed hold on to the ball here. That's now 3 turnovers in this second half, very costly. And earlier in the half, Charles, when I asked you for your keys to the second half, you said, hey, maybe trite, but it's going to be turnovers. That's been the story.
It certainly has, but I didn't expect it to be this much of the story. I mean, when you're getting up to 3, you're really putting your team in jeopardy.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. From the gun, Herbert. Forced out to his left. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Jones brought him down. A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. operating from the gun. Herbert throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. Pulled in at the 24. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points, but the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
$13 yards remaining on 2nd down.
Just like that. Just like that.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. Those are the types of plays in these moments they were hoping for from this young rookie, able to put him up here in the 4th quarter.
How about the kid? You just mentioned it, the 4th quarter. This is when you have to make those winning plays. That's what he just did. Doesn't ensure anything, but he certainly gave his team a heck of a chance, didn't he?
And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead.
Steelers 35, Browns 31.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
Herbert's pass intercepted. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.
Today's final score.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Pittsburgh, it's an 11th win of the year as they'll finish the regular season at 11-5. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Browns, this might wind up being a tough pill to swallow as they're going to finish the season at 9-7. And it's going to be finger-crossing time as we await the final shakedown of this year's playoff picture. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.